Hello and welcome to Practice Corner and Adventures in Suzuki Parenting. I'm Jody St. Clair, and today we're going to talk about the freeze game. So, kids love this game because it feels like a game and you're actually really identifying and honing in on something that needs work. So it's great for teachers, parents, and kids all alike. Everybody in the Suzuki Triangle benefits from this game. I have a very special magic wand. Um, it makes a sound when it's tapped against something. So that is what I use for the freeze game. But you don't need anything like this. You can use whatever you have at home. It could be a bowl that you tap and it makes a sound. It could be a bell. It could be a triangle. Or anything you can find around the house. Okay, so the purpose of using a tool like that is to make it a nonverbal cue. Uh, Kids, like adults, do not like to be nagged about what to work on. So when we're kind of constantly going, bow, bow, oh, bumpy thumb, this, that, they don't like to hear that. So this is a way for you guys to work on it without having that kind of naggy, verbal, lots of words interrupting with that kind of telling them what to do feel, even though it's essentially the same. Okay, so what you're going to do is first identify what you want to work on. That identification is super important. When you identify something specific and one thing only that gives the child some control over what they're doing, they do not feel bombarded by all the things they need to fix. So in violin, it may be that they're working on getting a curvy pinky, or it could be that they are working on the placement of their thumb. It doesn't really matter what it is. It matters that it's something that maybe your teacher has identified as a problem that needs to be fixed. And everybody's things are somewhat different, although there are some universal truths that everybody has to work on. So one thing, you identify it. Even better is if the child is kind of helping to pick what that one thing is, keeping them engaged in the process instead of them just being an outsider being told what to do. So if they are helping, maybe you play the freeze game once and they pick something and then you play it again and you pick something. It could be a trade-off like that. So you've picked your thing, they start playing, you see it slip out of place, bing, time to fix it, time for the child to check it. Now, the other option to this is that you just kind of have, instead of when you see slip out of place and you do the sound, it could just be a random timing of doing the sound, and it's just an opportunity to check. Maybe part of what you're practicing is just checking a little bit while playing and being aware. Awareness is often one of the things that kids are working on, and awareness in a very focused, pinpointed way. So we see kind of two extremes of awareness a lot of times. One extreme is that there's like no awareness and they just want to play and they want to play as fast as they can and it doesn't matter what it looks or sounds or hear, any of that. The other extreme is that they're super aware of everything going on and it makes them freeze. It's a little bit of a perfectionist tendency. So just focusing in on that one thing is going to help the unaware ones get a little bit more aware, and the super hyper aware ones just be able to focus on only one thing at a time and give themselves some forgiveness for the things that other things that might not be going right. So those are the ways that you can use this game in your practice. Hopefully it'll be something that you find helpful and that you can help. Those nonverbal cues can often bring peace and harmony to your practice because it feels a little less like I said before, that nagging kind of feeling and more of a together engagement. If you find this helpful, please subscribe and like this video. If you also find it helpful, you can share it with another Suzuki parenting who might be really needing just these tips as well. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. New videos every Thursday. See you then.